The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right. Hello. It's Wednesday and it's time for Get Your Health On. Get Your Health On. We're not gonna be super long today. We've covered a lot. We've covered health and we've covered okay, what did we cover? We covered mind, body, and soul. So we covered your mind, we covered depression, anxiety, we've covered the body, HIV, ovarian cancer. We've covered the body, but today we want to deal with soul. Well, we're going to deal with the soul. So we've covered the mind and the body, and today we want to cover the soul. Right now is a great time to share, everybody. Share. Like the video, and let the people know that we're live and we're on the air. Like I said, I'm not going to be long. Archbishop Carl Bean said, "Don't take all day to tell the truth." Amen. Hey, everybody. Hey, good to see y'all. Okay, so you guys heard the story. Well, let me do this health. Let me do the health news really quickly and health news really quickly, Kwame, and health news. Um, COVID is looking like it's about to come back with a vengeance. Like everybody got too lax, taking off their mask and stuff, and it looks like COVID is coming back with a vengeance. Okay, so what we need to do, y'all, we need to go back to the days of when COVID was like the boogeyman outside. We got to go back to that. A lot of y'all went to these gay parades and gay functions and in June, and now y'all are, a lot of people are coming out with all kinds of stuff. So I'm just telling y'all was out there at these parades, unmasked, like it was, 1999, and now we are, you know, sitting there wondering like, what the hell happened? Well, y'all was out there at the gay parade and riding around on floats with no mask on, and it happens. It happens to the best of us. Put your mask back on, saints. LA is already trending tomorrow. It's going to go down. They're going to do the mandate. And then, by the end of the month, the mask got to come back on. Okay. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Hey, Lil J. And we ain't seen you in a while, brother. We thought you had won the lottery, Lil J. And Harold Roberts and So Def. Good to see you. The number 3, LaFrance. All of my moms are here today. Ray Bishop. Hey, everybody. So listen, in health news, y'all, COVID, this new strain, the BA.5 strain, it ain't playing with y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's not as deadly, but it's highly transmittable. And you don't want to play Russian roulette with something that can be deadly. You don't know how it's gonna hit your body. Okay. So Soul Sister says she never went without her mask. Hey, Miss Kanita. Hey, True Seeker. Chris Wilder. This new variant, honey, is like you stand next to somebody and you got it. So we just want to be mindful of the new variant, and things are just looking, like we're going right back full circle back to where we came from. Okay, things were looking really bright. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this off. Make sure this is off, because I think somebody just tried to call on Messenger. Everybody know the schedule. Everybody should know the schedule by now, and people still. Who was that? I got a missed call from somebody. Oh, okay, that was a friend. Okay, bam. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know. Be careful. St. James says, I refuse to go into my office for work. And they talking about sending everybody back in next year in January, the first quarter, Listen, but we're here today. Well, we're going to be doing some soul work today. And the title is The Family That Prays. It's more than just a movie, y'all. The Family That Prays. You remember the other day, the story broke about Tiffany Andrews. Tiffany Andrews from Sunday's Best and her daughter. And she did a whole dissertation about how nasty her daughter is. And everybody was like, girl, Tiffany, now you've had a lot of problems already, Tiffany. And this ain't something you need to be, putting out on Front Street, airing your daughter out like that. Remember, it's always the parents' responsibility. I feel like it's always the parents' responsibility to take the higher role. Because, kids can be bad. Kids can be, but when you're the parent, you say, you know what? I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to let him or her do their thing. And but sometimes, hey, sis, hey, Val. I just closed and moved into a new house. I just finished building. Oh my God. Congratulations, Lil J. Congratulations in order for Lil J just built a new home. I'm letting y'all know that, sometimes it's just not good to put all your business on social media. All of your business on social media, to let the social media streets kind of sort through all of the, the dirty laundry. Okay. Okay. She's horrible. I had the worst experience booking her. There's a lot of stories about Tiffany Andrews. That's why people, they don't even know the daughter, but people just ran and like, okay, we already know Tiffany Andrews. So honey, she was trying to say like, I'm trying to let y'all know before my daughter get to y'all. And I think that was a red flag. Like when somebody say, well, let me tell you before she tell you. Oh, okay. No, listen. And listen, y'all, I'm not saying that kids are not disobedient and kids don't cut up and act up. I'm not saying that. There's some badass children out there, grown and, teens. Okay. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that sometimes as a mother or a father, it's just best to wipe your hands and just keep it, kosher. Okay. For lack of a better term. Okay. Someone asked me, I think it was my brother Greg Fields. He asked me today, was I going to San Jose for the birthday party? And the birthday party is for the cousin that I had an incident with years ago with my mom. And, we recently, in the last year, reconnected and got a understanding about some things. And she clarified some things. And some things still have some holes in it. But, we have to, y'all, as you said you believe in God, right? You have to accept people's story and what they say, you have to accept it. If you say you're a Christian, you have to, if someone says, I'm sorry, or I was wrong, or I didn't mean to hurt you, you have to accept that. That don't take away what happened, but you do have to say, you know what? I thank you for that. That if you said, I don't want to accept it, I hate you. That's just, that's a whole nother situation. Okay, so we reunited and over the phone and talked about the incident. She clarified some things, but her birthday party is Saturday with her twin brother. And I just made a conscious decision, you guys. Like, it's gonna be a lot of family members there. I don't need to be going and get triggered, y'all. And it's little things that can trigger you, y'all. I'm serious. A lot of y'all don't get it, but mother gets it. I get my trigger points and trauma, and I can't dig into all that. And then like a week later, I'm, just messed up inside. I accept, but I place boundaries. And somebody said, you guys, what reconnection or reconciliation doesn't necessarily mean reconnection. Okay. Reconciliation does not mean reconnection. We can apologize to each other. We can clear up everything, soul sister, and we can still be like, because the cousin that I'm talking about, like, When I tried to send her a text or call her again, I think my number was blocked. I really do. I think that she, whatever. Because I called her from my Google Voice and she responded. So it's like, girl, okay, so we did all of that for what? But when I look at the situation with my cousin Josephine, when I look at it, you guys, she was doing something in response to help her mother. But in the course of doing that, she hurt me and my mother. So it's like, it's a double whammy, y'all. I don't know. Follow your spirit. Let it. I just don't want to go, y'all. I don't. My spirit's telling me don't go up there. That's too much going on, baby. That's too many trigger points, trauma points, and one restaurant for mother. I'm gonna go ahead and set that one out. We're supposed to be meeting up in September. The family. My grandmother's turning 100. She would have been 100. We're supposed to be meeting up in September. I go to that. But I have to walk a little heavy, y'all, and I have to go there right now because so many Thai Squad members, there's so much trauma and conflict with toxic family members. How many people here right now say one person in your family that they are from the pits of hell? Do we have one person that can say, Tyesse, I have one person in my family, and I believe they came from the abyss of hell? I'm gonna wait and see how many people say, How many Thai Squad members? There's one family member that you say, baby, that thing right there came from the pits, the abyss of hell. That I already know, Valerie. Valerie said me. Whew. Okay. Just kills my spirit every room there. Okay, I got y'all. Sosa said, I have 20. My sister, yes, Lord. Like, without a shadow of doubt that is a dark spirit, a dark energy, and that can't be from God. That spirit, that energy, that personality is not from God. Okay. So y'all, what do we do? I know what y'all saying. Well, Tyesse, what do I do about that? I have to go to family functions and they're there, or, I don't have to go to their house. I don't have to deal with them, but what do I do? And then you have, and this is where I want to kind of walk a little heavy, y'all. And then you have those family members who tell you, honey, y'all shouldn't be like that. Have y'all heard that? Just go around there, honey. That's your sister. That's your cousin. You shouldn't be like that. I hate to sound like, what's her name from Waiting to Exhale, Whitney Houston, to her mother. Well, you go around there and fuck him then. Anything that's detrimental to your spirit, we're doing soul work today, y'all. This is the first time. We've done the mind, we've done the body, but today we're doing a little soul work. Anything that's detrimental to your soul, some people say spirit. I think they're interchangeable. Soul and spirit. Valerie will let me know. Is soul and spirit interchangeable, sis? Your soul, your spirit, anything that is detrimental to your soul or your spirit, y'all, you need to stay away from that mess. You ain't got to go around there and be with that mess. They can go to hell. Wow. Tell us how you really feel, Brother Ray. Just because of related does not mean you will be in my circle. Let's stay away from them. Your health is more important. Stay away from them. Okay. You will absorb that energy. Walk, brother. My aunt with her sneaky hips. Oh, Tyesse, I'm a witness to this. I have one in my family. Therapy has helped me to see who isn't good for my spirit or soul. Toxic people. My siblings, my siblings know, don't bring my brother around me. He triggers me. So what my Thai Squad is saying is what I know. I ain't going up there Saturday. I'm not going up there. It may be too much going on up there for me. Hell, I have a flashback. I may go and get a gun and go postal up it. I don't know what can happen. Hell, I have one of these flashbacks about my brother, honey. I grab a knife and just start slashing people. I'm being playful, y'all, but it can happen. Valerie says, I blocked my mom, sister. I'm going to try to walk heavy. Keep choosing your peace, Tyesse. I am. I'm going to stay here Saturday. and do Scandal New Orleans. And when I became an adult, I started to hate the phrase, that's still your, oh my God. And it's so deep in the Black pathology. Oprah talks about how she had to sit at the damn Thanksgiving table with the man that molested her. I was watching, you guys. I was watching Tevin Campbell, our brother Tevin Campbell. He was doing an interview with these three guys. The three guys, they were just the worst interviewers, but Tevin was sitting talking with them, and Val will know what I'm talking about. Valerie Spencer know what I'm talking about. Tevin kept doing his hand like this. It's these cues when I know somebody is, something happened to Tevin Campbell, y'all. The whole interview, he was just so, it was like, you know, he kept going like this and kept going like this. And they asked him about people, you know, like Quincy Jones and stuff. Something happened with our brother Tevin Campbell. I know the energy because I possess that energy when things have happened to me. So I'm telling y'all that we have to be careful. And Tevin, and we can't force him to do it. But at some point, y'all, you have to let it be known what happened and how you survived it. I think that's a part of your freedom. When you're dealing with the family that prays, and when you're dealing with the sister that prays, and people in Hollywood that prayed, and we taking the A out and putting the E, the way Tyler Perry did. You have to address that at some point. You have to speak it. We know we play around with it a lot now with when Iana said giving sound. We joke with that now. We be on, you know, live and say give it sound, Tyesse, give it sound. But you do have to give that thing sound and speak it out, because when you have it all bottled inside, what has happened to you, the trauma, the pain, you just walk around with it all day. You take it to work, you take it to school. Something, I don't know, I don't even want to put words in the young man's mouth, Tevin Campbell. Something is off, something happened, what, I don't know. But I think Tevin needs to give that thing sound. Whew. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Well, I'm trying to walk in the garden right now. You know, my anxiety has been a little high lately. I don't know whether, you know, watching all that First 48 probably didn't got me. I be watching the First 48 and Law and Order SVU. I don't know if that didn't get it, kind of, you know, got me a little, but I'm all right. I'll manage. Okay. Holding that poison that could kill you. I made up in my mind, I have to walk alone to keep a sound mind. I'm walking alone. That's coming from Cheryl Boyd. Your body language will always tell it. Prayers for him that he find peace and tell his story. I come to the garden alone, Dr. Hope. I love my brother Tevin. He will tell his truth in time. And we're not saying like you got to tell your story, you have to tell your testimony. Listen, if you want to take it to your grave with you, we can't stop you. So we're not here telling people. I'm not like a testimony gangster, y'all. I'm not, you know, that's not me. If some people have died with secrets and trauma, and if that's your path, that's your pathology, we can't stop you. But we do recommend that you give it sound. I don't know what happened to Tevin, Terrence. I don't know what happened. Do you know anything? Do you have anything? I don't know what happened to Tevin. Anybody else in here know something? I know what happened in my mind. I can figure out some things, but you know, it's up to him to tell his story. But back to the family that prays, y'all. It's so important in 2022 that we get clear on the work that we must do to live in peace, not in pieces. I always end the show with that. It is so paramount right now, Ty Squad, all 100 and some odd of y'all that's watching, that you get clear on your work. When you hear Yana said, I did the work, so that you don't go down roads and paths that lead you back to the trauma that you have been working on getting liberated from, you know? How many people let's talk about the mommy dearest thing. How many people have complicated relationships with their mother? Because you know that mommy thing is ain't that mommy dearest thing ain't no joke. How many people can say, Tyesse, I love my mother, but we just, sometimes we clash. How many people have complicated relationships with your mother? Because that's different from your father, because your mother is different. Your mother carried you inside of her. So when you have problems with mommy, oh my God. Is there anybody that can say, Tyesse, me and mother, we don't really, we couldn't live together. We couldn't be roommates. And there's some people that have good relationships. I don't like mine at all, and she don't like me either. Terrence, I don't know your story, and I wouldn't pretend to try to, Monday morning quarterback your story. But I can say this: a lot of times, especially if there's LGBTQ in the equation, a conversation is needed. When you let too many years get away from you, it's hard to put those bricks back on the wall. Because if it's LGBTQ, I promise you, a sit-down conversation is needed. I haven't spoken to my sister in 4 months. Wow. I'll say this, y'all. Sometimes, if it's safe for you spiritually, your mind, your body, your soul, if it's safe, a conversation is warranted. Because a lot of people go to their graves thinking people hated them. And the other person thought they hated me. So you can do some work in that area where there's a miscommunication, y'all. We can do some little, work right there. Okay. I'm caring for my 80-year-old mom. Okay, LLE, and God will bless you. I believe that's why I'm so blessed. She chose drugs over us, all 6 of us. Let me say this, and I don't have time because listen, y'all are throwing some doozies at mother right now. I don't have time to break all of these stories down, but let me say this, and I hate to keep quoting Iyanla. One thing I learned from her watching her show those 9 years was you need to know your mother's story. You need to know her story. You got to know your father's story, y'all. You got to know their story. If you don't know their story, you will be stuck with the trauma that they caused only. And sometimes you will hate people. And in the Black family dynamic, what happens is that nobody tells nobody what happened. Nobody tells, or shares the trauma that they've been through. So you walk around for years thinking somebody is just a crackhead. Or she just a crackhead. She didn't do nothing for us. No idea what they've been through in life. Rape, abuse, racism, all kinds of things. And the trauma that led them to crack, heroin, or whatever. So you got to know your family's story. You got to know it. It helps. I had a complicated relationship with my mom. We on a good relationship. In the end, we took good care of her. Yeah. Let me tell y'all this, and I'm gonna go to in the spirit. I'm gonna tell y'all this, because there's 2 sides to this family that prays. There's healing, and there's girl deuces. I'm good. So there's 2 sides to this thing, y'all. It's deuces, and let me get this thing straightened out. Because when you get it straightened out, and Kwame, we're gonna do in the spirit in just a minute. When you get it straightened out, you feel better, you feel lighter. And I'm gonna go through these comments after I get off of here, but evidently mother done triggered something. Y'all are writing for Color Girl monologues. And I'll go through these comments and I'll answer them when I get off of here. Because I can't, it's too much, and we only got 30 minutes, y'all. This was the topic, wasn't it, y'all? What was I going to say? Sometimes it warrants, y'all, to get it cleared up because people die. And that energy stays behind with you and it goes on to the other side with them. And that energy is just, it's always an incomplete energy. and you want to, like Oprah talked about, and I'll share the video on my Facebook, and I'll share the video later, when Oprah clarified and got things together with her mother. Her relationship was not the best with her mother, and she got that thing cleared up, and on her mother's deathbed allowed her to go to the other side with all of that clean. You live your best life with that thing clean. If I die, if my cousin Josephine dies, we did have that conversation. So we're not walking around here actively with that energy. Although I don't have to participate in things, you know, if people are going to be around, too many people. Okay. Whew. I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all hate your mother, you hate family members, and a lot of y'all need just a conversation. It ain't the family to praise level. Some of y'all Top Squad members just need a good sit down, a good conversation. Anybody know what I'm talking about? It's like, Tyesse, you're right, but I can't stand her. I don't want to talk to her. I ain't talked to her in 10 years. Okay, so what does that got you? Remember, there's two sides to the family that prays. The side that says, I'm done, and there's a side that says, you know what, girl? Come on, let's sit down, let's chat. Let's clear this up. As Iana says, we got to clean all this up. It's time for in the spirit. Come on, Kwame, give me in the spirit. Dr. Hope said you walk. I'm trying to walk, Dr. Hope. And I'm going to try to bring it on home right now because I know a lot of people are saying, Tyesse, I just can't do it. I've been too hurt. And I know what you're saying, Tyesse. I love you, Tyesse, but I'm over it. Okay. Do we have that graphic, Kwame, that I sent in? Do we have that graphic? Let's do this. You have to meet people where they are. You have to meet people where they are. And sometimes you have to leave them there. That's our quote of the day. Iana Van Zandt. One more time. You have to meet people where they are. And sometimes you have to leave them there. So I'm letting y'all know that sometimes it's okay to meet people halfway. And if you meet them halfway and the reconciliation or the conversation or the meeting is not fruitful, if it doesn't amount to anything, then you can go ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna leave all this here. I've gotten my closure that I needed because I just wanted a little verification that this is what it is. Sometimes you don't need closure. Some of y'all don't really need closure. Sometimes you just need a little verification because you've already really gotten closure. I just want to verify that my closure is authentic. I know I'm walking heavy. I believe I'm walking heavy, y'all. I believe it. Just know this, y'all, that you're not obligated. Excuse me. You're not obligated to do anything that's going to be hurtful and detrimental to your spirit. You don't have to apologize for your abuse. You don't have to apologize for your trauma. You don't have to apologize because your mama boyfriend left. You don't have to apologize because your sister said that that's the reason why she lost her housing. You don't have to apologize. If you were the victim in that trauma, what you can do is say, you know what? That's your perception. And that's how you see it. And I respect you and I respect that. I'm going to respectfully remove myself from this relationship. And when you're ready to come back and we can sit down and talk about this, then we can do it. Until then, girl, you take care. Until then, brother, father, daddy, uncle, deuces. I'm just saying. I thank y'all for tuning into this. Whoa, I'm going to have to read these comments later. I thank y'all for tuning into this explosive edition of Get Your Health On, our Soul series. All of y'all, Miss Lisa, Michelle, and Leilanda, and LLE. I know there's some good stuff. I hope it's good, Delphia. We're going to be on hopefully tonight. If I feel up to it, we're going to be back for the return of Diva to Diva, all gospel edition. Diva to Diva, all gospel edition tonight. Check your local listings for when I'm going to be on tonight. I love y'all. Thank you, Kwame. Remember, we used to say stay in peace and not in pieces. Today we're going to say it's okay. It's all right to say deuces. Deuces. I'm out. Love y'all. Bye.